notes up there?
So you can read them?
Sure.
I don't think anything's happened since we last talked to you, but any update on the quarterback situation?
No updates.
Is there any increase your anxiety level kind of with the uncertainty of that situation going into a game in a couple days?
I don't worry about things we don't control, so we practice who was available to practice and get ready to go play a game.
What about Oklahoma's quarterback, Kyler Murray? What makes him so good?
Tremendous athlete. I mean, obviously he was a very, very high pick in the baseball draft, and you can see his athleticism. I'd hate to have to get him in a rundown if I was a baseball player, because I don't know if he could, because he can really move. But he also throws the ball very, very well. He's not just a runner back there. He can beat you with his arm, and he's got a bunch of talent around him. But he's as good an athlete as we'll face at the quarterback spot.
What differentiates the way Lincoln uses the RPO game from maybe some other coaches around the country?
I don't think anything differentiates him. I think they do a really good job of making sure that they got options on every play, and their quarterbacks do a good job.
I feel like you guys have a good grasp of the fixes they need to make based off of what happened in the opener.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about there were 6 penalties, all administrative penalties that need to be cleaned up. We had 4 false starts, offsides, and 12 guys on the field. We had 15 missed tackles. We did do a better job in the fundamental tackling, especially this week where we're going to face bigger backs. You know, the 2 backs they have, and Sherman and Anderson, are both 225-ish type backs, so they're big physical guys that you're going to have to get them wrapped up and down on the ground. It's going to be a real challenge for us from a tackling standpoint, so that's something that we have to work on all week.
What challenges does the Oklahoma defense present?
They're sound. You know, Mike's always done a really good job. He's a defensive coach. You know, I faced him a lot when he was at Arizona as the head coach, and does an outstanding job. And they've got a lot of talent on the defensive side of the ball. Their linebackers are active. They're big and stout across the defensive line, and they got some secondary guys that can really cover. So, you know, that they're not going to give you anything. You're not going to get any unforced errors out of them. They're going to make sure that they're sound in their approach and they're covered down. You're not going to get any gimmies where you can, hey, we can do this and sneak somebody by them. You're not going to do that. It's a really, really well-coached team that's very athletic.
What's your biggest advice to the freshmen going into an environment like this for the first time?
Just go play. You know, we don't control again, we always talk about controlling the controllables. We don't control the crowd, we don't control the noise, so don't get caught up in it. Just focus and concentrate on what you can take care of, and that's, you know, what your attitude like, what your effort's like, what your preparation for the game is like. So.
Chris Murray went out for a few snaps in the second half. He said it was because of cramps. Did Mike Alves go out for the same reason in the Cincinnati game?
I think he was just rotating him. So.
You've never lost 2 games in a row in the same season at the college level. Is there something common thread about the way your teams have been able to bounce back? Something you've done to help facilitate that?
No, I mean, we had good players, so we didn't lose a lot of games. So
right.
You can use a lot of scenarios and statistics and all that. We had really good players, and they were more competitive and played their tails off. So a lot of credit, all the credit goes to those guys. So.
You ever remember being a 31-point underdog in any game? 31-point underdog. UCLA.
We're a 31-point underdog?
Yeah.
I never paid attention to any of that stuff anyway, so I couldn't remember what any of our lines were, to be honest with you.
What do you, go ahead.
I think I'm wondering, you were talking about kind of trying to simulate the noise. Obviously, you can't get quite as loud as there, but what do you do to kind of do that?
We played music, you know, during our when the offense is on, not when the defense is on, because they're not going to be loud during them. So we try to, you know, make it so we can't communicate verbally, and we have to use hand signals. So that's just what we're trying to get accomplished.
What do you think was so effective about the unbalanced formations against Cincinnati? You used it about 3 times, and 2 of the times 20-plus yards.
Something you use 3 times, I don't think you really look at it and say that was something here. It was, you know, I think Kaz made a really good play on the second one. They were there to make a tackle, and he ran through a tackle. So that was just a good play by our running back.
Would you say that's how he's improved most since he got here, is just in his breaking tackle ability?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, we don't tackle a lot in practice, so that wasn't one thing that he had to improve on. So just his knowledge and what we're trying to do and getting lined up and just some of the other things that all freshmen have to get used to and get adjusted to. So.
I think Casimir was one of your first recruits, if not your first recruit here. What made him such a priority?
It wasn't a priority. It was just, you know, just the timing of it. You know, a kid you knew about, obviously. I think everybody knew about. He set a national high school record,
right,
you know, for 72 touchdowns his senior year. He's obviously a speed guy. You know, he won the 100 meters in the state of California. So I knew we had to improve our team speed. You know, my observation of watching them, you know, we really had to increase our team speed and continue to increase our team speed, because it's It's the one thing you can't coach. One of the things that makes Skylar Murray such a good player is his team speed. One of the things that makes Hollywood Brown a really good receiver is his speed. So it's one thing as a coach. You can coach a lot of things, but you're not much you're going to do to improve the speed aspect of it. So I knew we had to get faster. So we just try to look at who are the fast guys, especially the local fast guys, and let's make sure we can get a chance to reach out to them and keep them around. So
We'll see more than 5 carries from him this week.
I don't have any predictions on how many carries people get. So.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.